You said 100 kilos. It's a lot of cocaine.
100 kilos is nothing. The kilo is 30,000, for example, euros or pound. It would be like 3 million pounds. There is people that does bigger. Why? Because they work with the right people to get it out. And who they work with? With the cops. I got arrested for the narco torpedo smuggling business, which it is. I attach a torpedo under a container boat full of coke, and it crossed the Atlantic till France, and then I extract it from France and I take it out. But I know all the big guys from Colombia, Panama, they're all friends of mine. We used to know each other when I was in prison in the West Indies back in the days, and they know me very well.
How much did the police find?
500,000.
And you said the police found your DNA on 100 kilos.
There is a lot of my followers, they DM me and they tell me, Dany, you're a star. But I always answer that I'm not a star, I'm a legend. It's true, brother.
What's going on, guys? This video is sponsored by Louis. Some of you know him on Insta as Loads, one of the best Instagram names, let me tell you that. Guys, Louis has been building online businesses for the last 5 to 10 years, and he has spent the last 5 years coaching others one-to-one on how to start businesses. Louis's got over 2,000 profitable testimonials, and guys, let me be honest with you, I wouldn't let someone sponsor the show who I didn't vouch for, so trust me, it's legit. Literally, just go send him a DM on Instagram, it's @Loads. All you got to do is say to him, I come from the BlueTick show, help me make some money. And I know most of these people out there scams, and there's plenty of people out there offering you millions and millions of pounds and stuff like that. Louis is one of the 1% who actually do it properly, legitly. You don't need nothing. All you literally need is a phone and Wi-Fi. Send him a message and leave the rest to him. Guys, and if you want to know why I'm sitting here pushing it so much, it's because realistically, doing a 9 to 5 ain't going to get you nowhere. And I know most people sit here and say this because they're getting some sort of commission for it and stuff like that, but I really ain't. I'm telling you as a good person, the host of the show, doing a 9 to 5 ain't going to get you nowhere. So go message Louis, say you come from the BlueTick show, just ask Louis for the business model, let him do the explaining, and let him explain to you how he can help you. I'll see you soon. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the BlueTick show. Opposite me today, I've got Dany Hellz Kitchen. Cocaine smuggler, smuggled cocaine underwater. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much to invite me on your show. I'm very honored, Mikey. And I was looking for it. So now I'm here and we can share a nice conversation.
You flew all the way from, where did you come from today?
I flew all the way from France, Paris.
Where was you in prison?
I was in prison a couple of months ago. I just got freed not too long ago. Yeah, and I just got freed not too long ago for cocaine smuggling. But I was smuggling cocaine from underwater. So I'm going to explain you in some...
Well, firstly, Dany, talk to me about you. Your upbringing, how, like, where you're from.
Brother, I'm from a North African background. I'm Algerian. So shout out to all the Algerian community. The North African community, Tunisian, Moroccan, big shout out. So I was raised in Paris.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I was raised in a neighborhood only with Moroccans, right? And all those Moroccans, they were hashish traffickant, bringing hashish from Morocco because, you know, Morocco is the number one producer of hashish in the world. So I grown up in this environment, right? And then I did my life. I studied. I had my diplomas, I had my A-level, I went to universities, but at the same time, I was hustling and making some money,
Doing what?
Selling hash, selling hash in the streets. So this is what I was doing at first. And then after a while, I got involved into cocaine trafficking.
How did you go from hash to cocaine?
It's very simple. It's because I've been traveling a lot. So people contacted me and they told me, Dany, because I used to hang out a lot in the Caribbean, the French Caribbean, because us as French, we have the French Caribbean, Martinique, Guadeloupe. And I was hanging there and I had a lot of friends around there, and they tell me, okay, Dany, I have like 100 kilos of cocaine. I'd like to bring them to Europe. How can I do? And I said, maybe there is a solution. And from there, I start to think about it because I'm a diver, I'm a professional diver. And I said, maybe there is a solution. And from there, I start to think about the narco torpedo, how to attach loads of cocaine under a container boat. And it started like this.
How many
But it's a long story, bro.
We're here. Don't worry. You're gonna tell me the whole story. I want to hear it all.
I'm here to say it. So I came from far to tell you my story.
100% you did. You caught an aeroplane just to come and tell the story for the
It's
viewers.
true. I just arrived.
And you said 100 kilos. It's a lot of cocaine.
Honestly, without being pretentious, 100 kilos is nothing.
Really?
You know, because people they brings it by tons.
What is the street value of 100 kilos?
If we say the kilo is 30,000, for example, euros or pound, it will be like 3 million pounds.
Wow.
Something between 2 and 3 million pounds. But honestly, brother, without being pretentious, it's nothing. Because there is guys, they bring tons, 1,000 kilo, 2,000 kilos, which is big, but not that big, to be honest. You know.
What? There's bigger?
There is people that does bigger. Why? Because they work with the right people to get it out, and who they work with the cops.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
You know, there's a lot of, a lot of people, a lot of corruption in this game, brother. When there is a lot of money, there is corruption.
Did you experience any corruption with the police?
I don't know if I have to say that. Yes, I did. I'm not gonna give you the whole details. Yes, I did, because when I was younger, people used to send me, because I didn't have money. When I was younger, I didn't have money, and some guys from my neighborhood, they tell me, okay, Dany, I'm gonna make you make some money. Okay, I say, okay, go to the Caribbean. We're gonna give you a bag, and you're gonna bring it back here to Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were working with the cops, and they give you a bag, a backpack, cabin bag, You go through all the customs, but everyone is paid, okay? And you just arrive here, and sometimes the cops wait for you in the airport. Sometimes they don't, but you pass through, you go through, because everybody's paid, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it happens. It happens.
That's the life. When you get that big...
So when you arrived in France, for example, and then you pass the loads and they give you 60 or 70,000 euro, you are quite happy. Just for a little
trip.
Little 1 week you work, brother.
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, I understand it, but you've got a great story.
Yes.
Your story as well. You've told your story before, but I always say with every different host, the story comes out differently.
I agree with you. It's very simple, Mikey. When I got arrested for the narco torpedo smuggling business, which it is, I attach a torpedo under a container boat full of coke, and it crossed the Atlantic till France, and then I extract it from France and I take it out, and it started like this. So I got arrested for this thing because it was too much, and the cops were on our back for a long time. So they arrest me. They send me to jail. They have a lot of things against me, and I'm sitting in jail for 2, 3, 4 months. And the cops arrest me again. They call, I'm in jail, and they come to my cell and they arrest me again.
For what?
I'm gonna explain you. No, crazy shit, man. I'm gonna explain you. So they arrest me. Arrive in their office called the central office. Is for the DEA,
Wow.
And they told me, Dany, you are our star here. I say, what do you mean I'm your star? Yes, they say yes. We stopped a boat in the middle of the Atlantic, and on this boat it was 100 kilos of cocaine, and your DNA was on this cocaine in 2013. And I said, shit, man, I mean, a really big shit, but I knew what was the story. So I tell them, and they said to me, okay, and you're going to work with us, and we're going to make you rich, okay? And I say, yeah, what is the deal? And they say, okay, for example, if you work with us, we're going to make sure that we're going to give you 5 years, and after 18 months, you get out. And if you have some friends that they work in the drug business, we're gonna protect them. You tell us which friends you're gonna protect us, and all the people that you sell the drug for, you give us the name, And I said, no, it's not possible, guys. You know what? It's not possible. Why? Because first of all, I don't trust you. Second, I have too much honor, you know, and I'm a man of honor. And I'd rather take the time that you're going to give me, and then I will go out proud and chin up. So it never happened, of course, you know, because...
But the DEA offered you the deal?
Yeah, they offered me the deal. Of course, they offer the deals when they can, but they could not with me because I'm very proud guy. I'm very well known. I'm very respected also. So I will never put my life in jeopardy. I will never put my family life in jeopardy. Yeah. First of all, because it's a very dangerous thing to snitch on other people. And I will never do that, first of all, because drug business, it's a business like everything. There is a demand, you know, and people, you know, give answer to that demand.
How long did you do?
I've been in the drug business since I'm young.
For that case,
for that case, it started in 2013, and I got arrested in 2015, right? And got out free in 2021, but in July 2021. So yes, no. I could not to talk. It's impossible to talk. Why? Because first of all, I'm very proud. Yeah. Second, I will never take that risk. It's so dangerous, and we cannot trust the cops.
Definitely, and especially if a lot of people know you as well. Straight away, they're going to find out you snitched.
Yeah, of course, man. They will find out. But sometimes, you know, people snitch. But no, I will never do that. I'm too proud, man. And I'm not at the level where I can snitch. Because in the cocaine business, brother, as I say, they all snitches.
Really?
All of them. Most of it. Except few who has this honor. Because it's too much money involved, Mikey.
Yeah, it's big money.
No, believe me, bro. Too much money involved that even the big boss, you know, they talk, you know, and they give informations, you know. So you have to be you need to have this relation with money. That money doesn't hold you.
Yeah, no, definitely, you know? Definitely.
And me, it's not only that I'm not the big guy. You know, but I know all the big guys from Colombia, from Panama. They're all friends of mine. We used to know each other when I was in prison in the West Indies back in the days, which I helped them very much. And they know me very well by talking with people, you know. I will never do that. This is impossible, you know. I'd rather take my time, do some sport, eat well, do my Dany Hellz Kitchen cooking, you know, videos, showing my life online, then to go and talk. And if I go out, no, I'm not ready for this type of trouble, bro.
How many times have you gone prison?
I've been 1, 2, 3, 4 times so far. When I was young, I've been to prison. Then I've been to prison once in England. I've been to prison in London. For fraud, and it was a shitty experience, I have to say. I've been in prison also 3 times in France, 1 time in London, and 1 time in the Caribbean, West Indies.
Which one was the worst prison?
I think it's England.
Really?
Yeah.
England?
Because when I got arrested for fraud back in 2007, I got arrested for fraud, so they take me to that prison. You know, because the judge asked me where I was living, and I didn't give my address, so he sent me for a few weeks in prison. And I arrived in they sent me to the C wing of that prison in London, and it was the drug addict wing. So they put me on in a cell with a guy, drug addict. But this guy, nighttime, he used to have epileptic fits. Okay, so he was shaking at nighttime, and I didn't even understand. And he was swallowing his tongue and becoming blue. So one night he got epileptic fit like a drug addict, you know, with tattoos on his fingers. You know, like they call them white trash. Sorry, nothing, no racism or something. But he was a white trash English guy with tattoos on his fingers. and he had epileptic fit nighttime. And I bang the door, bam, 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 bam. I call the screws, bam. And they come the screws and they see him having a fit. But instead of relaxing him, bring him down from the top bench, They didn't understand, so they put him on. Bam! They put him down. They beat him up. Blood everywhere. You know, I was like scared, like this. You know.
But why did they beat him up? What for?
I don't. He didn't even understand. I said, but he has epileptic. Why are you beating him up? They said, we don't understand. They beat him. Bam, 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 bam. Then they take him to the medical. You know, and I never saw him since that day. Few days later, they bring me a Jewish guy from Israel. Okay. This Jewish, no, but real story, brother. This Jewish guy, he's 62 years old, very smart gentleman. Okay, he did big studies, universities. He did Sciences Po, political science, in Bordeaux, in France. And we had some chats, very interesting guys. And say, why you are here? His name is Moshe or Shlomo, I forgot, from Israel. And he tell me, okay, I'm here because in Israel I have a company. We produce weed. Cannabis weed, but medical weed.
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked my English bank to give me a loan to expand my business, and they didn't want to give me the loan. So I got mad. I take the plane, London. I go to my house. I take my 2 Rottweiler. I go to my banker and I throw my Rottweiler on him. No, but crazy shit. I said, but you are crazy. I said, yes. And then my Rottweiler was shooing the banker.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. I couldn't even believe it, man. And this guy, 62 years old, such a smart guy. The rabbi was coming to our cell almost every night to do the prayer, you know, the Jewish prayer with him, and to bring kosher food. So we used to have I was so happy. It's nice to be with a Jewish guy because the rabbi brings some nice food, you know, from outside. So that was the story. When I was in London, in prison in London.
And okay, listen. One main story. Let's talk about the system in place for the torpedo.
Yeah.
How did you think of the idea? What was it like when you done it?
It's very simple, brother. You know, it's very simple. You know, I was hanging in the Caribbean, and I was on a beach like this, you know. And on that beach, I met that beautiful girl. Beautiful with green eyes, like really beautiful girl with green eyes. And I chat her up and she tells me, okay, I say, where you from? She tells me I'm from Bolivia. And I say, where about in Bolivia? From Cochabamba. You know, Cochabamba is that place where they do all this cocaine shit, you know?
Yeah.
And you see it in the movie Scarface.
Yeah.
You know, where Mr. Sosa come from. And I say, Cochabamba, blah, blah, blah. And I say, what your dad is doing? She tells me, my dad he has a farm in Cochabamba and he makes cheese. And my mother, she's a Bolivian. And I said, cheese, you know? I said, I come to see you. After a month, I go there. And then it started there. People start to contact me and say, I'm Cochabamba, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but how can we bring it back? How can we bring it to Europe? And I start to check on internet, you know, all those videos about the narco torpedo. And I say, I'm going to do narco torpedo.
So the narco torpedo has been done before?
It's been done before because it's a technique that has been used from the South American people and Mexican people to ship it to the west coast of America. Okay. So I wanted to use it to ship it from the French Caribbean to France and cross the Atlantics. Okay. So I've been thinking, I've seen what it is. I built a torpedo myself, 180 centimeters long, 50 centimeters of diameter, you know, and I tried to do it. So I built it, I put the coke inside, I dived, I tried it, I attached it, and I started like this.
And it worked?
The first time I've done it, I lost 40 kilos because it was the first time. I didn't even know how to attach it very well. And then I had a meeting with those guys from Colombia who are my friends. They are like brothers, okay? Because I helped them very well when I was back in the days in prison in the Caribbean. Yeah, so you know, so I had a meeting with them. He got lost, blah blah blah. Anyway, and then I say, narco torpedo is not easy because the torpedo itself is made out of metal and it's very heavy. Only the torpedo itself is almost 100 kilos. Then you put 50 kilos, is 150 kilos. So you have all your gear, your diving gear, your bottles, the torpedo, even though I'm with a friend to help me. It's not going to make it. So then I thought about another solution. I thought about the fish net. So I said, I'm going to build a fish net. And then we're going to put the cocaine in a plastic bag, air seal it, you know, and we're gonna spray it with that a product called Super Ever Dry. You spray it and there is no water that comes inside. It's a very expensive product. It's 300 pound, 100 milliliter.
Wow.
Well, we spray it like this, water don't come in, seal it, put it in the bag, and I built special cables to attach them on the lateral engines of the container boat. Okay, and then I dive with my friend, with all the cables on me, with the bag of cocaine, attach it under the container boat, and it crossed the Atlantics. And me, I take my flight ticket and I go back to France. I set up an operation to the port of arrival, you know, to extract that bag full of coke.
But how did you set up the operation?
It's very simple, actually. Okay, very simple. You know, when there is a software, it's called vessel tracking. You know when the vessel will come to the port. You have some friends. You tell them, okay, you're gonna drive around the port to see if the cops don't watch. Okay. And on a strategic point, and you just drop me just in front of the port. You know, the port is on the opposite side. I watch it arriving. When it comes, it parks. The engine stops. I dive.
And you
only nighttime. I do it only nighttime, and I dive. I go inside and I take it out.
And what's the most amount of kilos you've done?
50 kilos.
Because you can't do too much as well.
You can do as much as you want, as long as it stays under the boat. Yeah, you can do whatever. But the problem is that after few hundred kilos, the cops got on my back, and then they didn't leave me. They followed me everywhere.
How many hundreds of kilos do you reckon you've done in total?
I cannot answer that question, but I've done a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And at this time, 1 kilo of coke was in euros, 30,000 euro the kilo, which is 30 more or less 30,000 pounds the kilo. And back in the days, you could buy the kilo for $1,000. Yeah. Wow. Because the cocaine, you don't buy it in Colombia straight away like this.
No.
Okay. So the Colombians, they don't have their laboratories in Colombia anymore. They have their laboratories in Peru. Okay. And what was my job back in the days is to check the cocaine, the quality of the cocaine when it comes out of the laboratory. So I had to go to Peru, to go on a donkey, go in the mountain, get into this laboratory in the middle of jungle, and check the stamps, check the quality. I had all the equipment to check the quality and to make sure that this cocaine goes from Peru, cross Panama, and arrive in the Caribbean. And when it arrives in the Caribbean, that's my job to make it cross the Atlantic to Europe.
So when you was doing the torpedo, what was you getting paid? Because of course the cocaine wasn't yours, was it?
How I got paid? First of all, I wasn't the only diver.
Oh, there was more of you.
I had another diver with me. And the diver that was with me, I said, okay, you're going to work with me and I pay you 40,000 to attach it, 40,000 pounds to attach it and extract it. Okay?
Big money, man.
So that was the money for the divers. Okay. Me, I don't talk about money because I'm in contact with the big boss from Colombia.
Okay.
And they will pay me later. Okay, so I don't get involved into all this payment stuff. But who I have to pay is my right-hand diver. I tell him, okay, you get 40,000 pounds, for example, just to attach it and to extract it. That's it.
And how many shipments do you do in a week? What is it, like one a week?
You could,
So the diver's making big money.
Divers make good money.
Yeah, very good
Very good money. But it wasn't, I can't say it's a week. You can do it every week. But sometimes shit happen.
Yeah, of
The load get lost. Cops are there. So I made good money. But all the money I made, I all spend it.
So all of it?
Of course I
On
spend
what?
a bit. Because I'm a party guy. I'm a party guy. I love very much beaches and whores. So yes, I party a lot. I had a good life. I had nice cars. I had nice place to live.
Where was you?
In this business, sorry, Mikey.
No, go ahead.
In this business, you have to be very smart, okay? If you get involved in this business. And the people who makes the money are only the top boss, okay? And the workers like me, I was kind of a worker, you know. If you are not too crazy like I am myself, you know, you can save it, you can block it somewhere. But myself, you know, I was too crazy. I spent a lot, and also I got arrested with money in my place, and I didn't have time.
How much did the police find?
500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, 500,000. But you know what? They never declared it.
Of course.
Of course not. They never declared it, and they took my watches, my clothes, and I tell you a real story. When they arrived in my home, it was all my designer clothes, like brand new, Mikey. Yeah. And they were trying them. You know, like my shoes. They were trying my shoes like this.
No way.
I couldn't even believe it. And I was telling them, cops, take it, but let me go. They didn't know.
They were trying your shoes and clothes on.
They were trying my shoes like this, you know. They take the shoes and they try if they fit them. You know, motherfuckers. Even my watches, because I used to collect watches, but diving watches. Okay. You know, like really nice one. And they took them all. But I didn't even ask question, man. I didn't give a shit, brother. When you get into trouble like this and you know that you're gonna have 2-digit sentence, you don't give a shit, man. You say, take it, fuck it, man.
What was prison like for you?
Prison, you know, there is a friend of mine. We call him the cold blood animal. Okay, the prosecutor call him the blood animal. He says, Dany, prison is not a waste of time. It's a gain of time. And it's true, bro.
Really?
You know? When you arrive in prison, you know that you are fucked, especially when you have big cases, you know.
How long was your sentence?
Alors, I had 2 sentences. I had one 7 years for the narco torpedo, and I had another one 5 years for the DNA that they found my DNA on 100 kilos. So they didn't have any other stories about it, but they gave me 5 years because they just found my DNA on 100 kilos. So in total it was 12 years, but you concur the sentences, right? And at the end, I fought in appeal to drop it from 10 years to 8 years, and I succeed, you know. And out of 8 years, I've done 7, which is all right.
Yeah, it's better than 12.
Yeah, better than 12, isn't it? But I, how can I say that? I gave myself 100%, you know, to make sure that they drop it, you know. And I talked very nice to them. I showed them very good spirit, so they trusted me, and they dropped from 12 years to 10, and from 10 to 8.
And you said the police found your DNA on 100 kilos.
Alors, how it happens, brother? I'm telling you stories. I was already in the Caribbean, you know, and a friend of mine that I know from a long time, he was in the French Caribbean, and I meet him and I say, yeah, he told me, Dany, you know what, I have a few hundred kilos here, brother. I already sent 50 kilos, but it got caught by the pickups. I still have 100 kilos to send to Europe. How can I do, Dany? How can I do? I say, brother, I'm going to help you. What you're going to do, you're going to buy a car. Okay, but don't buy any cheap car. Buy the tuning cars. You know those cars from competition with the wings, with the big wheels. I say buy a nice car like this. Okay, subscribes to a competition in Europe for nice cars. You know, tuning cars. Subscribe. Okay, I'm gonna put 100 kilos there, make all secures, put a tracker on it, put a microphone in case the cops get or anything happen, we can hear what's going on. And I have the boat that's gonna send it to. I know the boat that's gonna send it to Europe. And this idiot, instead of buying a nice car for 20 or 30k, he bought a car for £1,500. What can I do? I say, okay, fuck it. I install the coke inside. I install a tracker, and I install a special microphone. Like this, I can call the tracker, and I can even listen around, right?
Wow.
And to make it live long, because it's a 7 days journey from the Caribbean to Europe, I say I'm gonna install a special lithium battery. Like this, we can have a long life battery for the trackers. And I used to be really careful. Put mask, gloves, like this. My DNA doesn't appear anything, but they found a trace of DNA on the cable between the external battery to the tracker. This is how they find me. They told me, yeah, Dany, you're a star. But brother, there is a lot of my followers, they DM me, and they tell me, Dany, you're a star. But I always answer that, I'm not a star, I'm a legend. It's true, brother. Yeah, it's true, because since I was doing food online, for myself, I influenced a lot of people that they start to do cooking in their showing their videos of cooking in their cell.
No, listen.
So, yes,
you're a very smart man.
I became a legend.
Sorry, you're a smart legend.
I accept your apologies.
It's because, and I know whether you want to admit it or not. I understand there's cameras and obviously police, but this is probably 10% of your life.
It is 10% of my
There's
life.
a lot more.
I cannot say too much about this cocaine business. Why, brother? Because it's very dangerous. I will not drop names.
No, you
first
can
of
never.
all, I will not blame anyone. If I got arrested and find myself banged up for many years in prison, the blame is only on me. Plus, I'm not a dangerous guy. I'm kind of a geek, I would say. But I grown up in an area only with motherfuckers and big traffickers. Right? So I grown up in this environment, right? But I would say that was my way of life. I wanted to go through it. I make a little bit of money. I lost lots of money. I spend also lots of money. But right now I'm just happy, brother. I'm out of prison. I did what I had to do. I had my experience of life, my expertise also. And now I'm just here, to be honest.
Well, listen, at least you're here to tell the story.
But brother, I would like to tell you some stories, bro. Because when you get banged up, okay. So I arrived in prison.
Which prison, firstly? Which one?
I was in Paris.
Okay.
They arrested me. I tell you, that morning I was sick before they arrested me. I was sick and I went to hospital because I had the stomach pain. And instead of going to my own apartment, I'm going to my mom's apartment to sleep at her place. So I arrived at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I go in the room because she has a big house, my mom. My room, I take off my clothes, I'm with my underwear, and I hear, beam, boom, boom, and I say, what the fuck is happening? And then my mom, she runs, and she goes to me, she says, what is this? And I say, it's the cops. I tell her, it's the cops. And she looks at me, but she knew that I was guilty. She does me like this, I'm gonna kill you. And I say, Mama, and I run in her house. It's a big house. I run everywhere. I say, where's my computer? Where's my passport? I was looking for my passport to get rid of it because there's all the stamps from Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Panama. So I wanted to get rid of my passport and my computer because I had all my work in my computer to track the vessels. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So the computer, I find it, and I'm on the 10th floor, and I throw it from the balcony. It goes like this, and in a little hole. I'm happy. Computer is saved. It's secured. And then I look after my passport. I can't find my passport. And then I said to my mom, okay, open the door. And then they bam, open the door. We're going to open it. They said, okay. And I come to the door and say, hey, cops, I have 2 grenades in my hand. If you break the door, we're all going to blow up. I swear. And my mother, she told me, she looks at me with eyes like this. And I said, we're gonna. I said, fuck it. I didn't have grenades, but I was saying the truth. And then after a certain time, you know, I say to my mom, open the door.
Did the police calm down? When you said you got the
The
grenade?
police, when they saw me, bam, put on the floor, heads like this, gun on the head, you know, and they bring me out. And they take me to their office called the central office, because it's not any cops, it's like the French DEA related to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, like big cops. And I find myself there. I'm upset, you know, and I don't know what I'm gonna say, which is nothing. You know? And I was upset, and I said to myself, I'm gone. I knew that I was gone. And then it started there. Voila. That's the story so far when I got arrested. And then after, what happened? I'm in prison. After 4 months on remand, they arrest me again for that DNA stuff. For the DNA, the guy in front of me, the police, he proposed me a deal. He told me, Dany, do you like money? I say, what the fuck, man, you ask me this question? Of course I like money, man. What the fuck? He said, okay, we propose you some business. Okay, we're gonna make sure you get 5 years sentence. We're gonna make you free after 18 months. Okay, you can work and do all your drug trafficking business. If you have friends that you like, we can protect them, but you give us the name to the people that you sell the coke for.
They're chatting shit over here.
And me, I said, okay, guys, I am Algerian, okay, and I'm from a family of resistance that they fought for the independence of Algeria. In my idea, it's impossible I work with you guys. It's impossible. You know, I'm too proud. First of all, because of my background. Second of all, because, you know, it's too dangerous. You know, I'm going to get killed because of you. And I will never do that. I'd rather do 10, 20, 30 years, have my chin up and get out, free. I know that my people outside, my friends outside, they're going to help my family. But I will never be ashamed of being a snitch, or making some other people in the shit. You know?
And
never, brother.
This video is sponsored by Cranbrook Law, an award-winning immigration law firm. Their talented solicitors can help when any struggles arise regarding immigration law. They can help get you the visas they need. They can help get you the staff you need from any other countries. As you can see, the website is on the screen right now. So if you need anything to do with immigration law, message Cranbrook Law and let them help you. Whether you're looking to obtain a sponsor license, receive advice and guidance in relation to compliance and our civil penalties, or take advantage of our know-how and experience across a broad range of business visas, our talented and dynamic immigration lawyers are available to speak to you. Telephone numbers on the screen, emails on the screen, and hit the link in the bio if you need any help. It was the French police who arrested you.
Yeah, of course, the French police.
And when they arrested you, how much did they say you imported?
They accused me of importing hundreds of kilos. But
Hundreds?
But they didn't have the proof of it. You know, you need proofs.
Did they have any proof?
They caught nothing. The only thing they caught...
So how did they charge you?
I'm going to explain you. The only thing they caught, because I was already working on that narco torpedo, you know, and when I switched from the narco torpedo itself, because it's too heavy, you know, it's too much logistics, to the fishnet, then they got into that game, you know. And I was already in Spain to extract a fishnet from Spain, from south of Spain. And then I found on my computer, and I said, no, I couldn't even get to the port to extract it. It was like I had some troubles. I said, okay, no problem. I talked to my other diver. I said, let's go to Marseille. We're going to extract it there. And during my time driving to Marseille, I arrived in Marseille, you know, but I checked the tracking vessel. I said, but they stopped the boat in another place in Toulon. The engine of the boat stopped, you know, for a few hours. I don't understand. I say, no, don't worry. I say there is something happen. So when the boat arrived, I drive, but I have seen nothing under the boat. I say, where's all the cables? Where are all these things that I attach? Where everything? And my friend say, yeah, it got lost in sea. I say, it's impossible. So what happened? Because they were on my back for a while. They stopped it in Toulon. They took the container boat outside of the water, and they find all the setup that I've done with 50 kilos. You know?
So they did find 50 kilos?
Yeah, they found 50 kilos. And they said that it was more and they cut a little bit of that fishnet, and they say, yeah, but it got lost at sea. I say, and then when I was at court, they say, yeah, it was much more than 50 kilos, and we have like a little cut on the fishnet. But I say, no, it's not possible, Madam the Judge, that it got lost at sea. Okay, and she say, how? I say, because 1 kilo of cut is 37 centimeters out of 20. Like I make all the, and they say, this little cut, it's impossible because it's only 15 centimeters. Yeah, she was so stupid, that that judge, you know. So then, but they don't give a fuck in France. The problem in France, the suspicions, it has a value of proof. When they have suspicion on you, it can be proof.
Really?
Yeah. So yes. So this is what happened. I have friends of mine that had nothing to do in the business with me. They got 9 years in my case, and they had nothing to do. It's just because they are kind of guys. You know, that they were suspicious of them, and they were looking for them for years. They say, okay, he's with Dany, we give him 9 years. Brother, really, bro, really. In France, they have no proof against you. If they have suspicions, they're gonna can fuck you up big time.
Wow. So if they want to fuck you, they can fuck you anyway.
Anyway, this is the French system. It's not like you, the Anglo-Saxons, English, American system, where you can bring the proof that you have nothing to do with it, and you can fight it in a court.
Wow. So
in France, they don't give a shit. If they have an ID, plus they get influenced by the cops,
you're done.
and voila quoi. But in the court, man, we had some fun, man. I'm telling you, I had some fun. I was laughing, you know. They were saying, I was laughing, to be honest. I was laughing because I knew that I will get 7 years from that thing. I knew it from the timing. It was a 1 month trial. I went there only 3 times. Just when I talked, introduced myself, and then I just never been there.
Did they say you was the head of the operation?
They said that I was in charge of the logistics, all the transports. I'm not a boss.
Yeah, no.
But I'm the guy who is, which is very important, position. I'm the one in charge of all the transport from the South America or West Indies to Europe.
And
which I was. It's true.
And but why was you so good at doing stuff like that?
Why I was so good? Because you know, I just had the idea, and sometimes, you know, you hang out with people, with powerful people, with money, you know, and when you have an idea, they invest on your ideas to develop it. Okay, so I had some people from Colombia who has money and tell me, okay, Dany, develop your ideas. You have the funds and make it happen. So when I came with that idea of a narco torpedo, they say, okay, no problem. You have the funds. Okay, develop it. How much is gonna cost? See this and that. I need men, because you need men also when you're in the Caribbean. You cannot do it with yourself. So you have to bring men, your guys from Europe, you know, set up operation, rent places, get some cars.
But if when you was making it work, you was making them a lot of money. So they didn't care investing in you.
Yeah, we were making a lot of money, so they were very happy, you know. But when there is a loss,
it's a big problem.
The first loss is not a big problem. Okay, it stressed me out for sure, but it's not a big problem because shit happened, you know. But after, you know, if you lose it, someone has to pay for it, and it's very dangerous because you can get killed. And as I say often, I'd rather be alive in prison than dead outside.
Yeah.
You know? So this is how it is. But at the same time, people knows me. I'm a very honest guy, to be honest, brother Mikey. I don't lie. I lie only with liars and motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, I get that. Listen.
No, it's true, brother.
No,
it's
100%.
True. I lie only with liars and motherfuckers. And it's full of motherfuckers outside, bro. And since I got out of prison, you know, because in prison you have to keep your word, you know. It's very important for anything, you know, for anything. And since I got out of prison, I would say, I'm not going to say prison was better, but, you know, the state of mind of prison people was better than the state of mind of prison people outside, you know, because they took a lot of shit here outside. And I tried to get back, to get some money back, I don't know if I can say that here, I find myself in some situation to get my money back, like very dangerous situation. So I just forgot about it, man. I said, this is not for me anymore, bro.
When you come out, did any of the big bosses contact you?
Yeah, one of the big boss, my Colombian brother, he's a brother.
Oh yeah.
He contacted me. He said, "Yeah, Dany, where are you? Where are you?" and I had already an apartment, everything when I got ready abroad outside of France, in Europe. And I say, I'm not gonna give you my address. He said, I'm not gonna kill you, Dany. Just give me your address. And when he told me this, I trusted him. So he came to pick me up with two girls, friend of his. I was my motorbike in the countryside somewhere in Europe. So it was funny when he told me like this. I said, I'm not gonna kill you, Dany. And he's a killer.
Oh, he is, yeah?
He's a killer. He's a killer, but nice guy. He's a brother, He's a Colombian guy.
In this line of business, you must have met some big naughty boys as well. Some proper killers.
Brother, who are the naughty boys, who are the proper ones, is not the guys like you and me. It's the motherfucking cops.
Yeah.
Because who's in charge of importing all this shit?
They are.
Who are the biggest ones trafficking? It's the cops, brother. In France, in UK, in Germany, they are the guys, because it's too much money. Plus, the head of the DEA in any countries in Europe, they get involved with trafficking. They do deals together. They say, okay, I'll let you do your business, but bring me the people that you sell it you sell the gear for. And it happens a lot. So the number one trafficant, brother, it's the state, it's the cops. For example, in England with HSBC.
Yeah.
Back in the days in China with all this heroin, business. It was HSBC in charge of this business, brother.
HSBC, the bank.
The HSBC, it's a Hong Kong bank. They were doing the heroin business with China back in the days. They are the number one. It's well known, brother. It's well known back in the days. Yes. They made their money in the drug business, in the heroin business. HSBC, for sure.
Fucking hell.
And in France the same. And the team that they were doing investigation on us, they were already importing not hundreds of kilos, thousands of kilos from Morocco, from bloody Venezuela, doing some business with a guy. He's a snitch, of course, a trafficant with a guy. And this guy was giving them the names of the people he sell the gear to. The cops themselves, the DEA.
A lot of fucking snitches in that
This is
game.
how it is, brother. The biggest trafficant is not us, it's the state.
There's a lot of snitches as well.
In this game, I always say, brother Mikey, I always say that they're all snitches in this game, because it's too much money involved. And there is some people, even big boss, that when they get arrested, they cannot stand to be in prison. Because prison is a state of mind, and they are ready to talk, to tell, to get out of prison. That's the people. And then you have also big boss that they will take it. 20, 30 years, they will take it. So yes, in this game, most of them, especially the cocaine business, most of them are snitches.
Have people contacted you to work again?
Yeah.
They must have.
Yeah, people, they contacted me and they told me to explain them the narco-torpedo business. But this narco-torpedo business doesn't work anymore. Why? Because when the container boats comes from Colombia, Venezuela, from the Caribbean, and it arrives to the ports of Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Le Havre in France, they get stopped before the entrance. The customs, they send those little underwater drones to check on the hull what's going on if nothing attached. Narco-torpedoes is finished business, So, but I can explain how it works. So that's why I'm here to talk about it. But it's not a business that works anymore. Now those people, the entrance of cocaine in Europe, it's from Belgium.
That's how they bring
Belgium is the door of entrance with Antwerp, the port of Antwerp, Anvers in French, is the door of entrance of the cocaine. And they don't bring it from 100 kilos to 100, they bring it by tens of tons.
How are they getting it in?
Man, those guys, they connected, brother. They connected with the cops. They don't bring it like this. They connected with
But
the
wh-
cops.
why
The cops-
Belgium? Why Belgium?
That's a good question. That's the only place where they can bring it there. It's open there because it's corrupted. And those cops, they cannot say no to £1 million. Someone bring you £1 million and they tell you, okay, let's get this container. What you gonna say? To be
Yeah,
honest?
of course, you're gonna say
make
yes.
sure that it's secure. You're gonna make sure that there are your guys behind it. Okay.
£1 million, £1 million.
£1 million, £2 million, £3 million. It's big
And
money.
10,000 tons. What's the value of 10,000 tons?
What the value, for example, of 1 ton of cocaine? The street value can be between 30 million to 50, 60, 70 million.
For 1 ton.
1,000 kilos.
And now 10,000 ton? Yeah.
But how many tons they bring every year? They bring it to Spain. They bring it to England. They bring it to France. They bring it to Holland. They bring it to Belgium. It's a big business, man. Big money.
I've heard one of the hardest countries to get in is the UK.
Alors, in the UK, I think it's hard, but people still.
It's never impossible. It's not impossible.
Nothing is impossible as long as you have the right people by your side. You have the people that works in the port, the dockers.
Yeah.
Okay, that they are number one, and you have the cops. If you have the cops, man, you can bring
Do
whatever you want.
Yeah, you can bring
And in UK, believe me, brother, sorry to say that, but I think it's the cops who manage it.
Really?
Of course, brother. Who's gonna bring all this quantity of cocaine? And we know that Britain is the number one consumer of cocaine in Europe.
Yep.
If it's not the cops, who's gonna be?
has
Sorry,
to be.
guys, I didn't do any coke because last time I was on James English, he said, "Did you take any coke?" I said, "No, I don't do this shit." No, because it's the cold from the plane. Shout out to James English, by the way. Brother, I'm very happy to see you, man.
No, listen, I watched someone sent me your clip of James English.
Yeah.
I watched it and I thought, fucking hell, this guy's a legend, man. I swear to you, I watched it and I thought, do you know what it is? Because you're not a normal criminal. You know, a lot of criminals come on here and they're sad, they tell the story, it's very depressing and it's a sad story.
Yes, it sounds serious.
You come on here, you're laughing, you're happy.
I'm gonna tell you why, brother. Okay? Because first of all, I don't take myself seriously. Second, I'm very humble. Okay? I know where I come from. I know what I'm capable of. Okay? And this is the school where I come from. I grown up in an area in west of Paris, in a Moroccan area with only Moroccans, and only traffickers that they used to traffic cocaine, hashish from Morocco to Europe. So our dream when we were young is to bring hashish by tons to Europe. It was our dream, okay? But we never took each other seriously, even though it's a very dangerous business. You know, there's a lot of killings, there's a lot of shit, okay? But no, it's just humbleness, man. And I don't take my. It's a work, man. It's work. You know. And people when they say it's easy money, it's not easy money. It's big money indeed, the drug money, but it's not easy money because it's a lot of. It's a big logistic. You have to pay a lot of people, spend a lot of money. Money brings money.
Yeah.
You know. So it's not easy business. You know. And I'm just cool, man. You know, I don't take myself seriously, even though I'm a friend with big bosses, like very big boss. Why people likes me? Because I never ask questions, you know, and I keep my mouth shut. And I have experience, I have background, you know. So people they know. They say if Dany got arrested, nothing gonna happen. I just keep my mouth shut. This is the advice that I give to the youngsters when they get arrested by cops and they go in front of the judge. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't try to talk to you think that you're going to help yourself, you know, because nothing going to help you. Keep your mouth shut, go to jail, do your time, and then when they ask you to come again, you're going to be with your lawyer, you're going to have like more advice.
Preparation.
That's it.
So what's next for Dany now?
Next for Dany, it's very simple, brother. You know, I've been free for the past 24 months.
How has it been?
It was great, man. It was great, but at the same time, brother, I have a son.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not in a good relationship with the mom.
How old is your son?
My son is 11. He's a great boy. You know, he speaks Turk.
Really?
Yeah, he speaks Turk. He's from Central Asia, you know, Central Asia, Kyrgyzstan,
Yeah.
Uzbekistan. They speak Turk.
Yeah.
This is the origin of Turkish language, right? Mongols, you know. Nice Mongol boy.
He lives in the UK or lives there?
He lives in France now. He speaks
nice.
Russians, you know. They are Russian speakers, you know. In Central Asia, they are Uzbekistan, they are Russian speakers, but they speak Turk, which is their origin language. Yeah. And I'm not in a good relation with the mom. She doesn't want me to see my boy. Okay, I'm not gonna blame her because the blame is on me. Okay, I haven't been a good man, you know, as a husband, I have to say. But I've done what I had to do. But voila, I just want to have my son back, look after him, take him with me around, traveling, which I've done since I got out. He was a lot of with me, but lately I don't see him actually. And this is it's just I want to do, brother. I just want to, do my life, look after my boy, teach him boxing because I love boxing. I love judo also. You are MMA fighter, so I've done judo for 10 years. Maybe you and me, we can do body to body.
You also said about your podcast.
And yes.
Is your off camera now? Is your channel up?
Alors, can I tell you something, Mikey, brother? Since I had that podcast with James English, you know, loads of people contacted me.
Yeah.
And I've done loads of podcasts. I've been invited in loads of podcasts and media. So I've done a lot of interviews with French, Americans, Dutch, English people. And a team from the Channel 4, French Channel 4, they contacted me after James' podcast. They told me, okay, Dany, you're doing well. We want to support you. We want to produce you. So I found producers. And now we're going to shoot the first Dany Hellz Kitchen podcast, but as a conversation, you know, not interviews, conversation, but related to food, you know.
Yeah.
Gender, culture, food. And the first pod will be out on the beginning of December.
And YouTube?
On Patreon.
Patreon, yeah?
On Patreon. Not yet on YouTube, but after I'm going to do it on YouTube when we have the finance to do it. And of course, my first guest will be James English. Because he has lots of things to say and he's such a great guy.
Of course, James, very good guy.
Yeah.
Send me the link as well for the Patreon. We'll put in the bio. So when the viewers are watching it, if you want to go and show support to Dany, go down, click the link.
But it's not finished, my brother Mikey. It will be a season one with different guests, okay?
Yeah.
But season 2, I will make it on YouTube, but it will be called Reverse Podcast, which means I will have a conversation with all the people who invited me on their podcast, which, like you, so you're going to be my guest on the season 2, the Dany Hellz Kitchen Reverse Podcast, to see what you have to tell me. But I'm going to squeeze you.
Squeeze me, no problem at all. One thing I've realized about you as well, you're very passionate about food.
Alors, brother, I tell you, when I was in prison, you know.
Because, you know, sorry to interrupt, you know when I went on your Instagram, I wasn't sure if you were still in prison or not.
Yeah.
I was confused. I was looking at it, I was like, because I had my PA, she messaged you first. I'm looking, I'm thinking, I phoned her, I said, he's still in prison. And she says, no, I said, look at his story, he's in prison.
No, because I put old stories for the new followers. But brother, I tell you, I was already banked up, you know. I was banked up in January 2015. And then a few months later, I started Dany Hellz Kitchen. I put all my videos of me cooking. And in prison, you have shitty foods, right? But you have also the canteen, so you can order some nice food. Plus us in France, we have the chance, and the people from prison, the guards, they are very corrupted, to bring things from outside, you know. So I was organizing to bring merguez, halal food, spices, strawberries from outside when my girlfriends come to visit me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I started like this to show all my luxury food and cooking in prison. It started like this, you know. And so that's why a lot of podcasts, food podcasts, very famous, like the Racist Sandwich from New York, they contacted me.
Really?
And they wanted to say, yeah, but how do you do that? And I explained them. I explained, okay, we have already some food that we can buy from prison, but because I needed some spices, extra spices, I need some extra halal meat, you know, I needed someone when he comes to visit me, that day of visit, it's a big organization, you know, and I can get things inside by paying the guard.
Where did you learn to cook?
I always been, I always knew how to cook. I always knew because I've been living by myself since a young age. Plus my mom, she gives me advice. Plus YouTube. YouTube helps a lot. So yes, I've done that. Dany Hellz Kitchen, because I've always been passionate about this guy who does Hell's Kitchen. What's his name? Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
You know? But Gordon Ramsay, you never contacted me. You know that the Hell's Kitchen with a Z, it's me, the real one. I think he was scared.
You reckon, yeah? I think he thought, let me not contact this guy.
So contact me, Gordon, when you have time.
You should make it one of your challenges one day to
Yeah.
get Gordon Ramsay on your show.
I'd like that, but does he has the guts to do it?
Maybe not.
I doubt. But let me tell you a story. I had so many people, you know, because the first 18 months of my sentence, I used to share cell with other inmates, you know.
Was you allowed a phone inside?
Pardon?
A mobile phone? Was you allowed one?
No, you're not allowed.
Oh, you want to? I don't know.
but
In
you buy
French,
it,
maybe it's different.
No, you're not allowed. You just get it from the black market, or you
Yeah.
make sure that you pay the guards to bring it in. In any prison, it's
Okay.
illegal. And for the first 18 months of my sentence, I always had a cellmate, you know, and they used to change all the time. I knew that I will stay like in prison for a very long time. And I was with really two nice cellmates. We call them shout out to Gattuso, shout out to La Pizza. One named Gattuso and the other one La Pizza. We call him La Pizza. He's an Italian guy. Nice lads. And then they left, you know, one got free, one got to the other block, you know. And I was waiting for a new cellmate. And they bring me a 52 years old Syrian guy from Syria.
Yeah.
But he's from France, you know, a Syrian guy, but he's in France. He has his business in France. He has his mortgage in France. He has his family in France, married with a French woman. Everything all right for him. Okay? But his problem, he was involved with some guys from Daesh.
Where's that?
ISIS,
Oh, fuck, yeah.
ISIS, like terrorists, ISIS, Daesh people, you know. He had nothing to do with this business, but he got involved in this shit. And when it comes to terrorism in France, they arrest everyone, and then they do the
Investigation.
They do but they arrest everyone, and for sure, when they arrest you, stay 2 years in jail, even though you are not guilty. So himself. Oh my God! He arrived, you know. Okay, I say 52 years. I say okay. And I'm not gonna say his name. Okay, welcome, brother. I give you the lower bench because you're older than me. I take the top one. I hope he's speaking Arabic. I say, you're gonna teach me Arabic. I was so happy, you know. Say, yeah, brother, don't worry. I cook. I clean. No one gonna fuck with you. You're protected. No one gonna bother you. You are protected. Just think about your case. Get yourself out of all this shit. Eat shit. Eat shit. Make a little bit of exercise and don't get bothered. And he was crying every day. If I tell you crying every day, he had nothing. He was not guilty, you know. He was innocent, but he got involved in some terrorist shit. And he was crying every day. Imagine when you are banged up already and you have someone like over 50 and crying.
Proper crying,
like like this, bro. Like this, brother. And what? I'm gonna say some dirty stuff, brother, but I like to say it. And one day it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and he cries in the morning, and he said, "Dany," he wakes me up in the morning. He stayed on with me 1 month and 10 days. It was Ramadan 2017 or 2016, I forgot. And he wakes me up, at 7 o'clock in the morning. He said, Dany, he was with his underwear, his balls hanging. He was crazy, man. Sorry, it's true. And I say, well, what the fuck? Whatever your name. What the fuck? He said, Dany, the toilets are blocked. I said, what the fuck are blocked? Because the prison, they give to the inmates the pills, the anti-anxiolytics. The pills, like antidepressing pills to make them down. And when you take those pills, it makes the people
Need to go toilet more.
not toilet,
Constipated.
Yeah, constipated.
Yes.
Yeah, voila. It makes because it's the pills, the chemical stuff. And then he tells me, the toilet is blocked. And so he went to shit, sorry, and it was a hard shit that blocked the toilet. And I wake up and get down and say, boil some water and put boiling water in it. And I showed him full olive oil. I said, thank you, Dany. And during the day, he was crying. He said, Dany, what can I do to forget? And I said, listen, sit down. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do because I had enough. I say, you're going to write to the warden. There is a special policy here in this prison. They built a secret hospital in the basement of the prison. Okay? And there has a new thing, it's called the artificial coma. They give you a jab, you freeze, and during your time in prison, they unfreeze you and you get out and you forget about everything. So write to the warden that you want to be part of this project, the artificial coma. 2 days later, the warden calls me. He calls me, I go to the office and say, what the fuck is this? I say, I have nothing to do with it. And he was writing to everyone, I want to be part of the artificial coma. So then I told him, listen, write down to the warden also that you want to do horse riding, that you want to be part of the swimming pool.
And he's doing it.
Yeah, and he was writing to everyone. Ah, man, I had enough, man. brother, when someone cries every day, it's true, man. It hits your head, man.
Fuck, you're actually
so
funny.
I had some laugh.
Honestly.
Don't say I had some laugh. And after 1 month and 10 days, I just told him to fuck off. And he fuck off.
Well, how did
Then they put me by myself.
Wait, how did you tell him to fuck off?
I just tell him to fuck off, I just tell him to fuck off, and he left. And you know what? I had enough to be by myself. But listen, brother, it's true story. I've done so many times in the hole. The
Segregation.
the segregation. The punishment cell. I've done more than 260 days in the hole. And now I had enough. And when you go to the hole, there is a special court, a trial. They trial you, but inside the prison.
Inside the prison?
Yeah, inside the prison there's a trial. And then I went to see it was the warden of the trial that was the president of the court. This is the warden. And she was a Moroccan woman. I don't want to say her name here. Very nice woman, very nice woman. And I said, Madame blah, blah, blah. Madame Z. Let's call her Madame Z. I say, I'm going to get out of the hole, okay? But I don't want to be with no one in the cell anymore. She told me, no, it's overcrowded. We're going to bring you 1 or 2 other cellmates. I say, it's impossible.
1 or 2?
Yeah, because sometimes we are 3 in a cell. Yeah, it's happened. I've been 3 in a cell, but only with brothers. So then I had enough of that place where I was in Paris, brother Mikey. I had enough because it was in 2018, July 2018, and I had still on a suspended sentence 30 days of hole to do. So I had to do...
Why was you going in the hole? What was you doing?
Ah, man, I was too aggressive. Honestly, brother, at the beginning of my sentence, I didn't accept it. I didn't accept it. My body didn't accept it. I was so aggressive towards everyone, and especially towards the guards. I was so aggressive. And sometimes you have very good guards, I have to say. Nice guys, nice lads. But sometimes you have like a motherfuckers. Because in France, most of the guards, they bring them from the West Indies, the French West Indies. And there is a problem of communications when they come here to Europe. They speak their own language from the West Indies, patois, okay, French with the language of their island. So there is misunderstood, right? Miscommunication. So sometimes, we don't understand each other, and they think that they have to play tough. But they don't know that they are not in their islands. They are in Europe, in our neighborhood. They can get fucked very badly outside. So I had a lot of argument with motherfuckers like this, you know. And once a guy, you know, he was so rude to me. I will always remember, so rude. He treated me like piece of shit, and I felt like a piece of. And I was so mad. I grabbed him from his neck, you know, and he was doing like this. Sorry, man. And I spat in his mouth. And I looked at him. I said, "Now you kissed me, you motherfucker."
And you're
and
mad,
I got
man.
fucking 30 days of hole, and it was in the newspaper. Then he says that he's gonna sue me, you know, and all my friends, you know, they went to see him, say, yeah, don't sue him, you know, he's a nice lad, you pushed him, blah blah blah, and he didn't sue me. And when I had my 30 days of hole, he came to myself and he said, yeah, Dany, I would like to apologize, and I apologized to him, you know, it's normal. I apologize. But but in 2018, man, it was like summer 2018, in July 2018. It was really hot. You know, I don't know if you remember. In 2000, bloody hot, man, in France, in Paris. You know, and I had 30 days of hole to do, and I couldn't even. And I said, I'm gonna die in the hole because there is no window. It is very hot, and it's on the roof of the prison.
Really? It's on the roof?
Yeah, on the roof, man. And you know, it was really hot. And I said, no, I'm gonna die. I felt it like this. So I said to all my friends in the yard, I said, okay, I'm leaving now, guys. I kiss everyone like this, you know. And I climb, because I'm a good climber, and I climb through till to the roof. And on the roof, I put a mask on my face, you know. I jumped, raised a wire. I cut myself, blood everywhere, you know. And then the warden comes and says, yeah, Dany comes down. I say, no, I'm not coming down. I want to fuck off from here, you know. And then I went into negotiation, and then he told me, okay, we're gonna kick you out to another prison. I did 8 days of hole, okay, the worst 8 days of my life.
You tried to escape the prison?
It was kind of, yeah, they took it as attempted escape, but in my head, I didn't want to escape. I just want to make the point, you know. I just want to make the point, but yeah, they took it as a. And then they kick me. I negotiate. I go down. They send me to the hole for 8 days, and it was the worst 8 days of my life, because it was so hot in the cell, brother. Man, believe me, brother, it was so hot I couldn't even breathe, you know. And one day I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was no air in the cell, you know. It was nothing. And I woke up like this to take my bread and the shitty food, and I fall unconscious. Bam. Then they wake me up, and when I wake up, it was the ambulance that came out from the outside, and I was like this in the bed, and the guy, he's doing this, you know, listening to your heart, and I said, take me to the emergency in the hospital. Take me. I said, and his assistant said, yeah, we take him. He said, no, he's all right. We see it. I said, motherfucking, take me to the hospital. He didn't want to take me to the hospital, this motherfucker. Anyway. So, and then they kicked me, man, I've done too much, man. They kicked me to east of France. They take me to the dispatch first. I stayed a few days in the dispatch. And then when they kicked me to a prison next to Germany, okay? And then when I arrived there, you know, you have the head of security, because you attempted escape. And he said, okay, Mr. Dany, you know, we know what you've done, blah, blah, blah. I hope you're not going to make some shit here. I say, okay, Mr. Head of Security, I give you my word of honor that I will not do any shit, but don't give me a headache. Don't come with the church. Don't do me anything. He said, okay, we checked hand, and I never had problems.
Serious? They were good to you?
You have to talk like this, you know, because sometimes they see people that they are ready to do anything. And me, brother, I'm ready to do anything, you know. So I give him my word, and I have only one word. I'm not a liar, brother. I'm a very honest guy. I'm a liar only with liars and motherfuckers. And it's true, brother. Yes,
you have to be. You have to be.
But I'm very honest. That's why people like me, because I'm very loyal guy. If you are my friend, Mikey, I'm your friend forever. Okay? And I will always take your side. This is how it is.
I see that from you as well. Listen, you live life good as well.
Life, it was alright, man. Life, it was alright, especially when I was living in London. I had a nice car, you know, going out on clubbing, parties, bringing bitches and whores at home.
Where was you staying in London?
I was in Chelsea.
Oh, nice. You had
I
you
was
had
in
money
Chelsea
then, yeah?
Kings Road, you know.
You had
I
money.
a nice life now, really nice life, brother. Nice life, Chelsea Kings Road, Ferrari, all this shit. You know, I didn't even have to talk to the girls. You know, I just had to, park. I said, come.
You was driving Ferrari, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you was making big money though. You was making.
But Ferrari, doesn't cost that much, to be honest. Like for 100, well, it's a big money. For 100K, you get a Ferrari.
Yeah,
You get to California, which is my best car. I love the California one.
What cars did you have in your life?
I had many cars. I had like a Mercedes. I have the California. I have many cars in my life. But you know what? Lately I've been since I've done James English. A lot of people contact me. They want to invest in some projects I have. And I see their Instagram page. They have Rolexes, nice watches, driving Ferraris. And I say, listen, brother, I am not impressed, because on internet you can say whatever you want.
Yep.
I believe only what I see with my own eyes, and what I have in my pocket. Okay, so all your things, no disrespect, brother. I say I'm very humble. I'm just telling you something straight. It doesn't impress me, and it's true, brother. I'm not impressed of nothing, bro, because I lived the life.
Yeah, you've done that life as well, though, Dany. You've done it. You've lived. You've had Rolexes, I can imagine. You've had money. You've had cars. You've had girls. You've had everything. So someone having a nice watch, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, but still people are impressed, like young people. But me, I don't give a shit, brother.
You're probably impressed by loyalty.
I'm impressed by your knowledge, by your cleverness. By your education, by your manners. This is what impressed me. Someone with good manners. It's impressed me. Someone who talks nicely and sweetly. That's impressed me, brother.
Yeah.
Your knowledge impressed me. But the rest, I don't give a shit, brother.
I think loyalty is important.
Loyalty is very important.
Because nowadays, there is no loyalty. There is.
Yeah, I agree with you, brother.
People say something and they don't stick to it.
You know why people loves me till now? Even though they know... Sorry, brother, don't say that myself, I'm this and that, but I'm quite crazy guy, some ways, You saw me when I arrived. So, I have my, how can I say? I have my demons. But there is one thing that all my friends and all the people around me is Dany. He will be always by your side. He will be always loyal to you. And some people with power, they don't need friends. They need loyal people around them. Yep. And I will never betray you for any type of money, Mikey. I'm telling you, even you, brother, as my brother, never. No money is going to put me as a bitch, to be against you.
Yeah,
brother.
Fuck it. There's not many people like that no more.
Fuck it, brother.
Especially in the UK. The UK, the country is finished.
It's everywhere the same, brother. It's everywhere. But nobody is going to take me out of my friendship with someone. And if someone proposes me something to betray you, I will come to see you, say, you see this motherfucker? He proposed me this. Or I will say, yeah, give me the money and I will fuck him.
That's how it should be.
But I will tell you still, because it's not fair, brother. It's not fair. And sorry, brother. No disrespect to none of your guests.
Yeah.
I've been watching one of your podcasts, and it was this guy that was stealing from other dealers.
What did he look like?
He was a black guy.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
He was robbing other traffickants and dealers. This is something, that I disagree with it, bro. I know that is in France also. You have those teams. They rob other dealers and people who... But brother, a dealer, he tried to make himself, man. You know what? It's already difficult for him. He has the cops. He has the motherfuckers like you. He has all of these things. And you're going to rob the money from him that he worked hard for this shit. And some of my friends, they say those people, they don't end up very well. I don't want to say too much about it. But bro, this is not right, man.
Everyone has a... How can I word it? Everyone likes to do their own things. Yeah. And for me, I'm happy. I'm the host. I want the stories. But I agree, sometimes it's not good. There's too much struggle going on in the world. Especially as a drug dealer, as anything, they've got to worry about police. They've got to worry about this. They've got to worry about that.
Imagine you have to worry about someone from the hood that is going to fuck you up. No, man, it's not right. And they don't end up very well, most of them. Honestly, they don't end up very, very well. So voilà quoi. This is the thing. So that's why me, I'm not envious of no one. Okay, I'm very happy to people that they make their things. Very happy. I'm not envious. I'm very humble. People propose me to do so, to get into the drug business.
Yeah.
But I refuse, bro.
Why do you refuse?
I refuse. It's very simple. If I get arrested, first of all, I trust no one.
No one at all.
Outside of my family, I trust no one because they're all snitches. Okay? This is how I take it. Second, if I get arrested in France, for example, doing some drug trafficking in France, I get 20 years minimum, and out of these 20 years, they're gonna give me 2/3. So I'm gonna have to do 14 years minimum.
Is that because you've already been?
Et voilà. So I will never do that, man. Fuck. And I used to say that if I get arrested again, which I will not because I'm not getting involved in this shit. Okay. I'd rather die, brother.
Yeah,
and I tell you, I'd rather die. If the cops come and arrest me wherever, I have weapons in my head. I'm ready to go to war with them. And they kill me instead of doing 14 years because
14
it's not my
is
age.
a long time, man. It's
It's
too
a long time, man. 14 years. It's a long time. No, I'm not ready to do that. However, now since you and since James English, I think that I'm getting the next level because of you, brother, also. And I'm starting my own podcast and see where it's gonna take me.
Listen, your stories, and the thing is as well, you are a good person. You're funny. You've got a good energy about you. Some people are boring. It's true. Some people are boring. I'm not lying, but you're funny. You've got good stories. You know how to tell a story as well. You're crazy, but you're not. What's the word? It's still in order. Do you know what I mean? You're not just a crazy man who talks loads of shit and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It still makes sense. I look forward to watching your podcasts. I do, honestly.
Yeah, but you're gonna be my guest.
I will. I'll give you my word. I'll be your guest.
Very good, because like this we're gonna have a good conversation. Because I haven't done my full investigation on you, brother.
That's good.
But I've seen some MMA stuff.
No, the MMA stuff is there's more to me than MMA.
And I'm very interesting to have you on the tatami. Tatami?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the tatami to see how we can hold each other in judo.
Listen,
what is your weight?
Now I'm weighing 95 kilo.
95 kilos. I put on weight lately. I feel fat, brother. So I'm back to the gym. I feel a bit fat. I'm 90. I'm 90 something.
Yeah, but you're tall as well. You're what, 6'2", 6'3"?
6'2", yeah. I'm 6'2", yeah. Yeah, I'm 95 now. But normally I feel good at 88 kilos. I feel very
I'm
good.
currently coming down in weight. I want to get to 90.
So maybe we can do some judos.
No, you do you. I'll just watch. I'm not involved. You do whatever you want. No. We can have a cooking show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? I'm a good cook.
But when I will invite you, we'll talk about cooking. But I'm going to put a tatami and say, listen, MMA, let's do some judo. Maybe you're going to kick my ass. Maybe you're going to mix a arm lock, Once I was in London, long time ago, brother. Long time. Long time. I was in central London off Regent Street. It's a hotel. I forgot, brother, the name of it. And on the roof terrace, they organize parties. And I was on the party. I used to have long hair before, big chains, golden chain. I was big guy,
Have you got pictures?
Yes, I will send you.
Make sure you send me some
I'll
pictures.
send you some pictures when I was in Morocco, and it was those girls from in front of me from Saudi Arabia. I don't know what I said, and it was her bodyguards behind, Polish guys,
Yeah.
And then I was drunk like this, and he started to push me, and and then we had a fight in the middle of the party, big fight, and then he pushed me, and I hold his arm, and I tried to do him arm lock, this arm lock. And he found that I was a judoka, and then we had a big fight, and he came back to me. He said, "Yeah, good fight, brother, good." And he kissed me. He said, "Good fight, brother, good fight." It's true. I was surprised. See, we just had a fight, man, like crazy. We fucked everything in the club here. I said, "Yeah, but you try unblock me, I said, I appreciate it."
I appreciate it.
Yeah, he said, "Good fight, man." He
Dany.
took my hand. He wanted my number. I said, "Fuck off." I was so drunk.
Dany, you're mad, man. Honestly. When I was looking at your Instagram, I thought, you can tell through your Instagram you got good energy.
Energy is good.
But you've come off a flight 1 hour ago. You're here. You've got good energy. I'm impressed.
Yeah, but brother, you contacted me. You said I would like to invite you on my show. And I say, okay, you remember I told you send me a plane ticket?
Yeah, I remember.
I said, I'm going to check that. But at the same time, I told you I'll come here quite often.
Yeah.
So if I'm around, I'll come straight to you.
You come to London a lot?
Yes, I come quite London a lot. And I have a friend of mine. Sorry, brother, I'm going to check that. And maybe you're going to hear him, a proper geezer. Proper geezer, like proper Tottenham fan.
Oh, really?
You know? And this guy, he's a white guy. He's massive, okay? He was massive back in the days.
Where is he from?
You know, and hey mate, you are live in my show, so don't talk too much shit. Where are you, my mate? Ah, yeah. So you have the address, yeah?
Yeah, mate.
Okay. So how long?
Yeah, are you finished? Yeah.
I'm almost finished.
I'll be 20 minutes.
Okay, like 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit, my brother. Ciao. Ciao.
Where's he from?
Alors, this guy...
He's from East London, North London.
Yeah, he's from North London, Tottenham. Okay. He's an English guy, white, you know. A Cockney guy, you know.
Yeah,
Speaks Cockney. And he was... I met him in prison. He was for cocaine trafficking. Okay, he got arrested in France, you know. Snitched by a motherfucker, you know. Piece of trash. And he was my cellmate, like such a nice guy, man. Such a nice guy, massive. And I installed in my cell a
Pull-up bar,
you know. And we used to smoke and have fun.
In which prison? What country?
Paris.
Oh, he was in prison in Paris as well,
he was
yeah?
in Paris with me, you know. And he used to tell me, Dany, I will never exchange prison in Paris for prison in England because our conditions, we have good conditions. And then I used to sleep, you know, and he wakes me up. He wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and with his big face like this, long hair, and a big nose, he said, Dany, I've done 700 pull-ups tonight. Proper geezer.
Would he come on the show?
I don't know if you want to show his face, but he's come and pick me up later in 20 minutes.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, nice guy, man.
Is there anything else you want to tell the audience?
Man, the audience, first of all, I thank you, Mikey.
Listen, I appreciate
really
you.
Big respect to you, man. You look good. You look fit. You know, you look a good person, good, genuine person, I have to say. You know, a lot of love comes out of you. And as we say in Arabic, he has nur out of his face. Nur, it means light. He has lights out of his face.
It's not me, boy. It's the lights. They're just on my face.
Nah, it's you, bro. You shine on this stage. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
For real, brother. You're genuine. I'm Dany Hellz Kitchen, the one and only.
Dany,
okay?
put the mic a little bit in front of you.
Yeah,
So
I'm Dany Hellz Kitchen, the one and only. You know, a lot of my followers tells me, Dany, you're a star, but I'm not a star. I'm a legend. Because I influenced all those guys that they were showing their food and their cooking and culinary skills in prison. You know, I've done it since 2015. And now I'm starting my own podcast after 24 months being free, you know, and I have a good team behind me. And one of my guests will be Mr. Mikey, you know, from the BlueTick.
I look forward to it. Dany, pleasure having you on the show.
The pleasure is mine, Mikey.
And hopefully, I give you my word, if your show is up and running, let me know where I need to be and I'll come as well.
Yeah, we'll do that. But you know, the first time we'll do it on Patreon.
Yeah,
okay?
No problem.
And when I will generate some funds and some, sponsors, I will do it in video.
Perfect. No problem at all. Done. I'm happy with that.
Nice one, guys. Thank you
Guys,
very much.
make sure like, comment, and subscribe, and go and follow Dany Hellz Kitchen on Instagram as well.